following is a production of Cary TV, the Town of Cary's government access channel.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the July 18th meeting of the Planning and Development Committee. I'm Gale Adcock. To my left is Councilman Don Frantz. To my right is Mayor Harold Weinbrecht, and to his right is our Town Manager Ben Shiver. Today before us we have 3 items on consent and 1 item for discussion. Gentlemen, do either of you want to remove anything from the consent agenda?
No.
So let me just read these 3 consent items for those of you who may be in the audience or watching at home. Number 1 is Davidson Point, request to make a payment in lieu of road improvements. 2, easement conveyance to Progress Energy. 3, public hearing on Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Resources Master Plan update. And that brings us to our 1 discussion item, which is the Jones House lease agreement. And speaking on behalf of the staff and presenting the staff report is Mr. Ed Goff. Hi, Ed.
Thank you. Tonight, we're asking you to approve a lease for the historic James Jones house. This is a structure that we purchased, I think it was last September, but last year we have put together, earlier this spring, we put together a request for proposals for someone to lease it. And it's really a 2-pronged process. On one hand, the town will continue to own the building. We are restoring it to to Secretary of Interior standards for historic preservation. And you have a drawing in front of you, I think, that shows you what it might look like. And someone said, well, it sort of looks like the same building that's there now. Well, yes, because we're restoring it as a historic building. But we are restoring it, and we're going to paint it, and it's going to look as good as it did in 1896 when it was first built. So I think that will be a jewel for the town of Cary, and as you know, it's across the street from the Cary Arts Center. So one of the things we were looking for as the other part of our program was for someone to occupy the building in such a way that it would complement the Cary Arts Center and the downtown revitalization effort. We sent out a proposal, request for proposals. We gave a 60-day time frame for responses. I personally sent out probably 30 or 40 invitations, and we received basically 2 responses. And we feel the one in front of you tonight is the best one. It's Larry's Beans, but it's Lawrence Coffee Bar is going to be the retail name of it. It's a 5-year lease, and that's why it's coming to council with a 5-year option. The criteria we used to select this particular firm and to evaluate all the requests was several One was financial capability, sort of the standard, but the other two was, one was, does it complement the downtown? And we feel that this one does very well. And the second, are you willing to pay market rate for the lease? And we feel they indicated they would, and we believe what we're proposing is very close, if not market rate. And it's a little different than maybe some of the others we'll see in the future, because in this particular case, we were much stricter on the restoration of the interior. If you were operating it as a coffee shop and just another house, you probably would have taken down more walls and fireplaces than we are doing. We're restoring it in such a way that if someday it isn't a retail operation, it will be a perfect example, or a very good example of historic preservation inside as well as outside. So with that, I'm pleased to recommend to you approval of a lease with Lawrence Coffee Bar.
Great, thank you, Ed. Do either of you members have a question? Mr. Frantz?
Do not have any questions. Look forward to this project moving along. Really look forward to the preservation efforts of the house itself. Very exciting, and I think this will really complement the Art Center across the street.
Mayor?
I agree. I looked over the proposal and thought it was a great proposal. It's exactly what we're looking for downtown. I think it's a good fit, and like you said, I think it will enhance what we have already and start that process of further enhancing our downtown.
I would just say it just adds to the momentum of what's going on downtown. We're all excited, so we're going to move this forward on consent to the next council meeting. Gentlemen, is there any other business?
Thank
None
you.
for me.
Thanks very much, Ed. Seeing no business before us, we're adjourned. Thank you.
This has been a production of Cary TV. Visit the Town of Cary's website at townofcary.org.